19,000 people in Massachusetts vanish, all of them welfare recipients at one time. Red-faced state officials admitting they can't find them, and it even gets worse. The missing recipients are getting about $90 million a year in benefits. Now, that is taxpayer money. Governor Deval Patrick trying to downplay the mess.
Not all of those people are still on the rolls. Many, if not most people, receive their benefits electronically, not by mail. But for the 4% of mailings that were returned, you bet your life we're going to scrub through them and make sure that that the information we have is up to date.
But the 4%, I mean, that's 19,000 people is enough to fill the Boston Garden. That's a lot of people that the state don't know where they are.
It's a lot of people, not all of whom do you or I know are actually on the welfare.
But isn't that the
So how did Massachusetts lose track of all these people, and where's all that taxpayer money really going? Republican Massachusetts State Representative Shaunna O'Connell joins us. And is the governor correct that not all those people in 19,000 are actually receiving welfare? What can you tell me about how many people are missing? How many of those missing are believed to be getting welfare payments and perhaps incorrectly?
Well, this is information that we don't have yet, Greta, that we should already have. They've known about this for many, many months now, and it is consistent with the administration and the Department of Transitional Assistance to not come out with information, to keep it secret, and to keep it from the public. So I question the verification process here in Massachusetts, whether it's adequate, whether it's being followed. Just in the past year alone, we have been inundated with fraud and abuse scandals here in this program. We had 5 major drug busts in our EBT program where people were trafficking their cards for drugs, selling them for 50 cents on the dollar. So we've got some real serious issues here that we need to be looking at, and this is just a drop in the bucket with the 19,000 people.
Okay, now the state didn't come forward with the 19,000 people that got caught during the course of a voter registration. Is that correct?
No, they didn't.
So the state didn't come forward. Did the state know about it and keep, or do you have reason to believe the state knew about it and kept it hidden?
Well, I'm sure they knew that all these people, the addresses were returned, the letters were returned undeliverable. It was by a FOIA request from the Boston Herald, I believe, that this information came to light. And like I said, the DTA operates really under this cloak of darkness where the information is not made available to the public, even though this is a taxpayer-funded public assistance program.
I'm trying to figure out I mean, first of all, we have to figure out whether these 19,000 people who are missing, whether or not they really are receiving the payments. I suspect that some portion of them, probably not all of them. That's the first question. The second question I wonder, is it a question of an incompetence, bureaucratic incompetence, or is it something where the state was well aware of it but looked the other way, whether for political reasons or for something else? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
You know, I think there's some incompetence going on. I think the department is mismanaged, and there is some looking the other way going on here. There's really no incentive to get rid of the fraud and abuse in the program because really people get more money, states get more money, the more people they have on the welfare rolls. So, you know, it's almost like the fox guarding the hen house here when they're doing their own oversight, their own investigations, and their own eligibility.
If that's under that theory, then even if you don't live in Massachusetts, you should be angry if you live in some other state, because if it's federal tax money, if you get more money, the more people you have on the rolls. The rest of us are paying for your portion of your 19,000 missing people who are getting welfare, right or wrong?
That's right, and we're talking, you know, if you talk about all the states that have these programs, there's fraud and abuse in all of the programs, we're talking about billions and billions of taxpayer dollars, and people just continue to look the other way. And it's really time that we got serious about fixing these programs and making the eligibility requirements much more strict, doing asset verification, doing identity verification, and making sure that the people who get into these programs really belong in these programs, because we don't have enough money to go around as it is. We have senior citizens who can't pay their bills, who can't buy their prescription medicine. We have people in the military who are on food stamps. It's just a disgrace. And children are involved here as well, and also suffer when this money is misused or given inappropriately to people who shouldn't be getting it.
You know, Representative, I don't understand why it wouldn't be, such great, pride if you were able to ferret out waste and fraud and really straighten it out. Yet it's just, time and time again, people just look the other way and just ignore this and move on. It's just extraordinary that people don't have, politicians don't really, enjoy fixing this.
You know, and you think they would, Greta, but for some reason this is like one of those third rails in politics and people don't want to touch it. But I'm really determined to make a difference in this program and make it better here in Massachusetts for the taxpayers here. There's hardworking taxpayers out there that work 2 and 3 jobs to support their families, and they shouldn't be having to hear these stories of fraud and abuse in our system.
Well, and of course, since the rest of us are also helping to pay as federal taxpayers, we all hope that you straighten it out too, and every other state does as well. Representative, thank you.
Thank you, Greta.